Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soccer's Minecraft Survivor Season 3 interviews. Today, you're going to see a beast here, someone who has dominated the community so far, and you are going to be so happy to see in this season. I have the privilege and the honor to introduce Alec here.
Hello.
So, Alec, it's been a while since I've personally seen you in a season. How's it been since then?
It's been pretty good. I've kind of taken a step back from the community, went back into my ghost era, so coming back to make another appearance.
Well, this is certainly a series to do it. It's pretty high quality.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So tell us, we already know your name. Tell us your age and your occupation.
So I am 22 and I am a bank teller.
And what does being a bank teller bring to the game?
Well, being a bank teller means I'm in the business industry, which means I'm good with money and I know how to fool people.
We're gonna see you being cutthroat with that?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I'm happy to see that. I love that answer. So, going into the season, what puts you above everybody else?
I am an OG player from this community, so I like to think that my game style is very different and very unique compared to the new players. I've grown up a lot too. I've matured, so I think a little more before I act. And although I can still be reckless, I think that I definitely have what it takes to win the game.
Now, you talked about growing up in this kind of new era of the community. What are the benefits and deficits from that?
Well, I think that the benefits of being in the new era or benefits from being in the old era?
Both parts, honestly. Say, what are the benefits from you not being in the new era?
Well, I think the benefits of me not being in the new era is I am a new face and I bring a unique game style where I feel like the new players tend to either rely heavily on kissing ass or competing very hard in challenges, and there's really no in-between. Whereas I feel like the old players are more strategic, bring an older game style. We understand older types of competitions and older types of play. And since I haven't been around as much, I'm hoping that the players around the community now don't recognize me and what I have to bring.
I love that answer. The kiss asses and compies, they can go for all I care.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, if you see some of those kind of players, how are you going to handle them? I'm sure you want them gone. How are you going to go about that?
Well, I am still a reckless player, but I like to think that I'm going to think slow and methodically in this game. I'm going to be taking care of business. If I see someone, I'm going to be a silent assassin, get rid of the people that I need, make sure I have the numbers before I act, and take them out one by one.
So this question, it's a multi-layered question here, and you can answer this in any order you'd like. So
Alright.
What's the type of player you want to work with the most, the player you want to target the most, and the players you're afraid of the most?
The type of player that I think I'd want to work with the most is actually someone who is more of a physical threat, because I don't think they bring as much social prowess to the game. And for that reason, teaming up with them makes them a very obvious threat to the tribe members. So if someone ends up getting targeted, it's going to be them and not me. And also, I can be the strategic mastermind behind our moves, which I think will be respected by others. The players that I would want to target the most are, of course, the kiss-ass people, or also the people that jump on one person, kind of like bullying, harassers, for no reason targeters. I don't like that play style. I think it's kind of gross. So, gotta get them out. Yeah.
And the last one is the player you're afraid of the most.
Players that I'm afraid of, I think, are the social players, the people that talk and make relationships with everyone, because if you try to make a plan to get them out, you don't know how strong their bonds are already with the other players. So if they get to someone else before you do, they may be trying to make a plan to get you out before you can make a plan to get them out.
At what point do you think, in the game, you're going to turn the switch and say, it's real, get ready?
Well, I'd like to fly under as long as I can, because in Survivor, the game can seriously change day by day. So the goal for me is to make it to the merge and at least try to start playing by the final 9 or 8, depending on the amount of people. And also understand the dynamic around me, whether that there be social threats, physical threats, and how I fit in to that dynamic.
Great answer there, honestly. Really well thought out. So, Soccer's Minecraft Season 1 and 2, the winner has both received $100. Now, if you win this season, what are you guys spend that money on? Huh?
Well, I was hoping to use it on a breast reduction, but I think that if I win this season, I'm going to buy 4 meals from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
Will one of those meals be at the reunion at least?
Yes, of course.
Wow.
Extra toast and sauce.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask next. Perfect. Great minds think alike with that.
Well, of course.
Now, you've been in the community for a long time, so we're going to say a person for you like who's in the community now and someone who maybe left, but who's the person you don't want to see here the most?
I think that for me, it would help to see old faces, only because the newer people might work together. So if there are people that I don't want to see, it would be the newcomers. Specifically, I can't really say anyone because I am an older player, but if we brought back some old showrunners, then I wouldn't be too happy, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so like you said, like you've been here for a while now. Tell us your journey. Like, how did you go and gone for so long to ending up like in this seat and me interviewing you now?
Well, I enjoyed my time here a lot. For people who didn't know, I was in the community for a while. I decided to take a step back after I graduated high school because I needed to focus on education. But once COVID hit, I decided, I'm bored. Let's rejoin and play some shit again. And since then, I've been pretty stagnant with actually participating in anything. And once I saw that there were applications, I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try and win something again to know that I still have it.
And do you think you still have it?
Of course. I do still have it.
Let's fucking go. Love that answer.
Yeah.
Now, I'll ask you this question. What place do you see yourself getting this season?
Place first.
Perfect answer right there. No hesitation, instant right there.
Yeah.
That confidence, I'm just ready to see that on the island. Are you going to bring that, like, confidence to the island, or are you going to hide it a little bit?
Of course, I'm gonna bring the confidence, but it might be better to hide it. Other people don't need to know how confident I am that I'm actually going to make it to the end of this game.
I'm glad to hear it. So, talking about some more gameplay aspects of this, is it how the player is going to speak up and say the name, or hear the name and, like, tell everyone?
Depends on the scenario. It depends on the dynamic of the tribe. I think that early on, I don't want to be steering things unless I know that I'm in the hot seat or that a move needs to be made. Of course, there's different stages of this game where early on, there might not be a reason to vote someone else. So at that stage, if a name is just brought up, I'm going to go with it because anyone but me works for me. Later on, it might be necessary for me to throw out the name and get the job done, but I have no intentions of being a bunny in this game. I want to be a dragon. I want to kill everyone.
I really like that answer, honestly. Something earlier you said, though, anyone but me, like that part. Are you going to be like a loyal player in this game, or like if they're an ally, like it's like give or take?
Well, if they're an ally, it's give or take. I'm of course going to stand with what I said, anyone but me. You're going to always need to have people around you that you can trust to vote your way. So I'm going to try and hold on to my loyal players to as long as I can, but if they need to go, they need to go, and I have no problem getting rid of them.
Now, that's the kind of mentality that's going to get you this win. I'm rooting for you already. All right, so we talked a lot about like me asking you questions. Is there anything you'd like to say to the audience? If now, the floor is yours.
Well, audience, I hope that you love me as a winner because it's coming. Savor in it. Smell it. Hear it. Know it. That's all I gotta say.
Now, with that confidence, I'm sure you're my winner pick right now. Thank you so much for coming out here, Alec. It was a real pleasure to get to interview you today.
Thank you.